going, guys? It's Ika here. I'm recording this set for my YouTube channel. It's Cant versus Cynara for BSPL 4 Week 1. This is a very important match because it determines whether the Black Form drummers and the Cavaliers are going to draw, or whether the drummers are going to win this week. So we'll have to see how it goes. We got an interesting ORAS game between two very good players. So let's try and open all three games. I'll talk about the teams in a second. So right off the bat, Cynara's team looks quite standard. We have the Mega Low Pony plus Mega Mens. It's with like a Volcarona sort of thing. Suicune also very standard. So it's a very standard looking team. On the other end, Cant's team is a bit more unorthodox, especially the Mega Beedrill comes to mind as something that is extremely unorthodox. Unfortunately, it doesn't look too useful in this matchup. Perhaps it can do something. It's got a fast speed tier, but given that there's an Aegislash and a Volcarona, I don't see it doing too much. In terms of the matchup, I think Cant still has a pretty decent matchup. He has to be careful of the Volcarona in particular from Cynara's end, but he does have Porygon 2 and Jellicent, which wore a lot of Cynara's team. So he does have that going for him, and the Rotom Heat, of course, is very annoying. Can Volt Switch on the Suicune, HP Ice for the decent Men's check, decent Lando check, can overheat the Aegislash. So that's something that I expect Cant to bring. Yeah, I definitely expect Cynara to bring that Volcarona. It depends on the set, obviously, but just Quiver Dance in general looks very threatening to Cant's team. So we'll just have to see how it goes, really. We're just waiting for these guys to decide what they're going to be bringing. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Low Pony from Cynara, actually. So we see the Earthquake there from Cynara into Cant. That kind of suggests that he doesn't have the Volcarona, or maybe he's scared of like a Thunder Wave or something coming out from the Ferrothorn. Otherwise, most people would have gone Hard Volt. So this double Earthquake really suggests that his team is kind of, whatever he's brought is kind of Ferrothorn weak. So I expect Cynara to actually switch out here, because Ferrothorn will just tank up too much of Lando's damage. But it is nice chip to get on the Ferrothorn there with the Lando. This could be like a bulky citrus berry Ferrothorn, or perhaps it's maybe some sort of berry as well, could be another possibility, or helmet is another one. We see the rocks go up from Lando. That's very good. It produces Rotom Heat switch-ins, and it's good against both Megas as well. I do expect Cynara to switch out sooner or later. So yeah, he switched out into Aegislash now. See if Cant calls that. Yeah, he does, with the Ferrothorn Leech Seed. Right here, Aegislash can be offensive, but given that he's leftovers, it's probably like a toxic Spadef variant with just maybe even Mono Shadow Ball with toxic. So we see the Rotom Heat come in here. We see leftovers on Rotom Heat, kind of indicating that it's a bulkier variant, but nearly all of these run the same set, so it'd be HP Ice over Heat. Volt Switch and like a Toxic or Will-O-Wisp. I'm surprised that can't say didn't go for HP Ice there, but maybe he needs to keep the Rotom healthy for Aegislash. Potentially like Mega Salamence in the back. Obviously, having to switch in on rocks is not going to help that very much. So we see the switch back into Rotom Heat on the Earthquake. The fact that Rotom Heat has such a low, all the Rotom forms in general have such a low HP stat, really helps. I wouldn't be too surprised here if he goes, can't say goes back into the Ferrothorn. Just looking at that damage with the leftovers and the Leech Seed recovery, actually Rotom's gone back to nearly the same health after rocks. Ooh, the Rock Tomb miss is very annoying actually, because I mean, I don't think it would have affected much, but that would have probably done nearly 50% damage. Or now I don't think Rock Tomb breaks Substitute. So we see the Aegislash come out. Expect an Overheat to come out here. There's nothing on Cynara's team that really wants to take it. But a nice, this Aegislash is obviously, oh yeah, he's got the Rock Tomb on the Rotom, so I was thinking that's fast substitute, but which it might still be depending on this Aegislash, this Rotom like speed tier. But yeah, we're probably going to see sub exchange. The thing is with the fast Aegislash, the Aegislash being fast at the moment, is that you can sub safely on this Rotom, because sooner or later I don't think Discharge will break, especially defensive Aegislash's sub, so you can actually force out an Overheat from the Rotom, and then from that point on you're actually in the advantage here. I wonder if okay, I'm not really a fan of that play from Cynara. I feel like it was a lot safer to just go for a King Shield, but I guess it's like it's not terrible at the same time. So we see Will-O-Wisp sub Discharge. I'm surprised there's no Overheat here. Obviously, Cynara can't say he must be saving it, because if he gets the special attack drop, then potentially something like Volcarona or Suicune can come in and set up. So yeah, we see the Discharge and break the substitute. That's actually quite surprising. Maybe that's a roll. You don't really like Aegislash is very strong, especially defensively. So you see the Lopunny come out. This should pick up a free KO here. Unless he's got like Jellicent, or potentially Megament can live a -1 Ice Punch as well and KO. So this is going to come down to what Cant has in the back, really, because obviously this Rotom is basically fodder. Right here, I think you just Mega Evolve and click return. I guess if he Cant has Jellicent, he automatically wins, because Jellicent. Oh no. Obviously, I forget about Lopunny Scrappy. But yeah, I think you just click return here. I guess kick is fine as well. I was just worried that he might go into Salamence, but obviously that's not a viable play. I think Cynara just kicks twice, right? Yeah, and wins the game. Maybe you can. Maybe depends on the Ferrothorn set. If you have protect here, you can maybe double protect and win. But I think that's game one for Cynara right there. Just a solid game run, really. I think can't say his team was a bit weak to low punny in the last slot, so maybe he will change it up this game. Bringing it depends what sort of Jellicent it is. If it's like a defensive Jellicent with Will-O-Wisp, maybe that could work. Or bringing the Mega Salamence and making sure that rocks don't come up from the Lando is also an alternative way that he can stop this low penny sweeping in the mid end game. So we'll just have to see. This is game 2. We're just gonna wait and see how they are. What they're gonna decide to pick. I do expect Jake to pick up the Mega Salamence for this game. I feel like you can't. He's a smart dude. He knows that he can't be bringing two things that get OHKO'd by Lopunny this game after Stealth Rock are up. And the sad thing about Rotom Heat is that whilst it is bulky, it's just in that range that it does get KO'd by very strong neutral hits, like let's say a fake out into high jump kick or something like that will probably KO most Rotoms. So yeah, game 1, just Cynara had a solid game plan really. We see the Ferrothorn lead up into the Lando lead. Probably gonna get, I'd expect we get an exchange of rocks here. I'm surprised that Can't say didn't try and lead something that would prevent the rocks. A nice double into Mega Salamence there. So yes, Jake is bringing the Salamence as I thought he would this game. Volk is probably going to want to get out of there. I mean, you can have certain variants of Volk, maybe like a Scarf HPS. I don't even think Scarf HPS is viable. Perhaps here, if I was Cynara, I'd probably go back into Landorus, unless you have the Suicune or the Aegislash. That's also an option. I just think you attack heroes, can't say. Landorus is also okay, but the problem is that you can set up on Lando. One risk that will probably come into play sometime or another. It depends obviously on the Volcarona set. The Volk can be it could be Sash, but I was also thinking about it could be Flame Body, and that might come into play so he switches out into the Landorus as we see a Dragon Dance. I'm surprised that Jake didn't just attack there. One thing that I didn't really calc from last game, but could be a possibility is this Landorus T Sash Explosion. So we see the second Dragon Dance on the Rock Tomb. I mean, right here, I feel like you just roost, yeah. So we see Rock Tomb spam. This is fair enough. I think that kind of implies that Cynara still has the Lopunny in the back. The thing is that as long as Kansei is not +1 speed, he can revenge with Lopunny's fake out into Ice Punch. I expect. I mean, you can go for another Dragon Dance here as but I feel like it's better to, especially if this is like a bulkier variant of Salamence, I think it's better just to attack here. +2 should KO Landorus T. I'm surprised that I don't know. This is as Novid says in the chat, is an interesting exchange. But yeah, it's definitely very tenuous situation for Cynara right here, because ultimately you're sacking him on to this Lando. I mean, Volcarona still looks very useful. This Lando T, I feel like you want it to get up Stealth Rock, but maybe you don't need Stealth Rock here. It depends how much Rotom Heat takes from return into high jump kick. So we see another Dragon Dance here on the Rock Tomb. I'm not sure about this. I feel like this is a bad play. The reason I think it's bad is because you're boosting now as the next Rock Tomb is being spammed, and now you're slower. Now your speed is lower. I feel like +2 will KO Lando always, and it will KO anything on the opposing team other than maybe like an Aegislash you'd have to be worried about. But I presume you have like something for AG in the back, maybe like Rotom Heat or something like that can deal with Aegislash. Whereas this now, I feel like, unfortunately, like your speed is going down into the gutter. Really, he has Rotom Heat as well with the Will-O-Wisp, which will live any attack as long as he doesn't obviously get faked out beforehand. Maybe it even lives like fake out into high jump kick. I'm not sure about the role. But yeah, I don't like this exchange at all. I feel like Jake is losing this exchange. Maybe he's just I just don't get it, because you cannot you're always guaranteed to be slower, whereas I feel like you could have won at +2 with the speed. He could be trying to PP stall. Yeah, it seems like Cant is trying to PP stall. I mean, you have to be worried about the crit, is one thing. So you just have to be careful, really. There's only 10 Rock Tombs left. I'm surprised that Cynara hasn't gone low punny, but I guess you don't really need to at this point. Oh, we see the Earthquake on the Roost. Nice, you know, one PP saved there on the Rock Tombs. The Rock Tombs, there's only 8 left. Yeah, I feel like you definitely need to preserve your HP on Salamence here, because if you're too low, then Volcarona will be able to revenge kill. Never mind like low punny or any other mon. Can't say guaranteed to go for a Roost here. The one thing about being slower is that the Lando can't really hit Salamence with Earthquake. There's not really much I can say about this sequence. basically Cante is going for PP stalling all the Dragon Dances. So finally we see the Volcarona come in. I'm surprised that if this Volcarona has HP Ice, I'm surprised that it wasn't done sooner. So we see the Salamence. One thing I think you can do here, potentially, is save the Salamence. Yeah, that's what Cante is going to do. Now, if he gets a double right here, because Cante knows that Cynara has the Stealth Rock. Yeah, now he gets Roost with Salamence. Very smart play. And this shouldn't KO from this range. That was, yeah, that was great play from Jake there. I'm wondering what the last is from Cynara. Maybe his low punny doesn't have oh, he has Aegis Slash. Oh, this might be a bit dangerous. To be honest, right here, we have a very good idea of what this Aegis Slash set is. So it's Substitute, Shadow Ball, King Shield, probably Toxic is the last move. Unfortunately, right here, he's gonna get Toxic. We see the Earthquake come out. With damage on this AG, you can actually just win the game with Ferrothorn. So we're probably going to see the Lando switch into nice smart Dragon Dance here. It might be time for Can't Say to start sacking this. Yeah. Oh, the Facade, very nice tech. I mean, unfortunate the critical hit is not ideal, but a nice tech there for Toxic. I mean, one good thing that you see right there is the Rocky Helmet on the Landorus T, so it's not anything like a Sash or a Bulky Berry. This is something just to keep in mind in case it goes to game 3. This has been a very good set so far. I feel like yeah, you go Rotom here. Maybe. Are you faster with your Rotom? Oh no. I feel like that was not a good play, because now you Will-O-Wisp, right? As Rotom. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why the Earthquake was done there. Oh, did he run out of Rock Tomb PP? I have to go back. Sorry, I'm skipping through this very quickly. So we see the Salamence. Oh, you have no Rock Tomb PP. Oh, yeah, then it's GG. Yeah, GG right there. Yeah, and I guess Rotom just brings it back, brings it to the bank. So we're going to see game 3 right here. Very close series so far. What adaptation do I expect to see from Cynara here? So last game, Can't Say brought Rotom, Ferrothorn, and Mega Salamence. So looking at that trio just seems very solid in general. Maybe Volcarona is still like a decent win condition. I still think Mega Lopunny is pretty decent as well. He does need to find something to deal with the Mega Salamence. It depends on the Suicune set. Could be actually pretty decent here. I expect to see Cant switch out into. Okay, he doesn't switch out. He chooses to Will-O-Wisp maybe? Oh no, sub. It's interesting that sub is used. Yeah. So right here, I think maybe Rock Tomb won't do enough. So you can actually sub again if you wanted to, as Rotom. Yeah, I feel like Lopunny in the back is very good here. I was surprised not to see it last game as well, considering it does very well against Cynara's team. Nice U-turn there from Cynara. He would have been in real trouble if he actually Rock Tomb would have been okay there, but Salamence can sub on this. So we see the Earthquake from Cynara, from Cant to trade for a Toxic on Cynara. So this is Earthquake, Dragon Dance, Facade, and Boost. We've got what seems to be especially defensive. Are we going to see the Facade come out here? Who knows? The thing is, like, from this game position, I feel like Cynara, if he has the Lopunny, is in a really, really strong position. Sooner enough, yeah, because of the Rocky Helmet, you can just bring out Lopunny and fake out here. Or, I mean, this H-Slash could have Shadow Sneak. The substitute hasn't been revealed. I'm really, I mean, this if he doesn't have Shadow Sneak, this brings like a 50-50 between King Shield. Oh, so yeah, he wins the 50-50. Cynara does. Now presumably Rotom Heat comes out and clicks Overheat. Volcarona could also be a very good endgame. Here, I feel like I get the substitute from Rotom. I don't know why you wouldn't just switch out into, if you have it like say Ferrothorn or Porygon 2, given that you know the Landorus set is Rocky Helmet. It seems to be Lastmon Volcarona if I was to guess from Cynara. I'm surprised because I feel like Lopunny was better in the matchup, but obviously it's worked out in this game because Kansei is, I feel like he's let his Salamence go down too early. Maybe his Rotom is like a weird set, like sub Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp, Discharge. That seems like a really, really dodgy set. But yeah, right here, like, if he has the Ferrothorn, he has no choice but to go to Rotom and Overheat, which will lower his special attack, and that will allow Volcarona to come in and set up. HJK is neutral to Ghost, yeah, with Scrappy. He's obviously has to go for the Discharge because basically the reason for that is he can't afford to go for Overheat, otherwise his special attack will drop too much. Yeah, last time Jake was -1. That's why the H/ came slower. Right here, actually, if Cynara full powers on his King Shield, he won't be able to switch forms. Yeah, I was good. Oh, he predicts it and goes for Shadow Ball anyways. So yeah, we have the Volker in the last, as predicted. Really, I mean, discharge para can be a win condition for can't say here. Yeah, but we have the Lumberry from Volcarona, so that should be a GG. A +1, it should be able to KO everything, I think. Maybe Jellicent can wall it actually. Right here, I feel like if you have Jellicent, you go hard into it, because Volk here is gonna get another Quiver Dance. I don't know, Spadef P2, maybe Spadef P2 does okay. I can't see Spadef P2 actually meeting Volk though. Yeah, I mean, return P2 probably does win. So yeah, we see the Bug Buzz there. That kind of suggests that it's not Flame Body. Unfortunately, get the attack download boost. Not sure whether that makes things different. Maybe it's return P2. That did nothing. That actually did nothing. But the thing is that this is almost certainly Swarm. Maybe like sub Quiver Dance, Bug Burst plus a fire move. I feel like if you have a fiery dance, you'd have gone for it. But yeah, I feel like unless Cynara gets hacked here, which Porygon 2 is more than capable of doing, then you can actually win. Oh, so we see the first pull para from Cynara's ends. I feel like this would have all been... Ice Beam is just like... Oh no. I feel like Foul Play is even better. Foul Play is better than Ice Beam. Is he mono... What? Thunder Wave recover Ice Beam and... He has return. Oh, he's a lot. Must have been a roll. Oh, he must have been trying to get it in range without putting him into Swarm. Okay, that makes sense. Very well played by Can't say. I'm not sure about game 3. I was surprised that he let his Salamence go down that early. I think for Cynara, the main thing that I took away from the set was that I'm surprised that he didn't have Mega Lopunny in that game. Mega Lopunny would have won the game as straight off as soon as Salamence went down. I think right there, Mega Lopunny last would have been excellent, and I'm surprised that given how well it did in game 1, that it wasn't brought. Yeah, you're definitely right, Murley, about the return. Yeah, definitely with a download P2 that isn't on a Trick Room team. I don't know. Maybe you can run like Water Spout, Jellicent or something on the Trick Room, but it doesn't seem like a Trick Room team. Then yeah, you're most likely going to see a return, because far too many top teams nowadays are going to want to, especially when their Spadef and defense stats are close, they're going to want to have influence Porygon 2's download boost. Yeah, I think it must have been like on this turn where Porygon 2 went for the Ice Beam. It must have been a roll to KO. That's why it went for. But yeah, it was a very good series, and because of that, Cant and has secured a draw for his Cavaliers. Whereas I guess that means that pretty much all the games except one are done. Let me just check. Yeah, we just got Plas versus Zaya to come up, which doesn't matter. So essentially, we know what's happening in terms of the standings now. So yeah, it's been a good week of BSS. I'm glad to have caught that game. I think it was definitely, I think, the best ORAS series of the week. So I'm very happy that I managed to catch it. And to all you guys, the watch, I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be signing off now.